Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and in this video, we will be diving into the glyph charting that I've been doing on the live client of the game, and been working on this for a long time, many months. It went into this data, just been kind of charting it. I'll go over all of this data and show you exactly how the chart went. I've been having a little method here to calculate if glyphs are more likely to min roll than to max roll, and how the distribution is going to kind of be coded into shaking out, so we can finally dive into having a discussion if glyphs are actually rigged, or if it's just a tinfoil hat theory where we kind of feel like they're rigged because we all tend to kind of feel that we have bad luck in things. We tend to remember the bad more than the good. So we're just gonna look at the numbers and see if there's any truth to that or not. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, there are a couple things you need to understand about the methodology and how I went about trying to do this in the most accurately represented way possible. And the reason I went with only 4-star glyphs, so the only glyphs that I went ahead and added to the chart are 4-star glyphs that have a distribution of rolls where there is a minimum, a maximum, and 2 in the middle. So a perfect example of this is a 4-star speed glyph, because you can see over there on the right, it rolls 1, 2, 3, or 4. So we have 1 min roll, 1 max roll, and then we have 2 rolls in the middle. So we get a perfect distribution of 4 different outcomes, where half of them are either a min or a max, and half of them are in the middle. So we should be able to see if things are more likely to roll in the middle, more likely to roll towards the maximum, or more likely to roll towards the minimum. And then if we slide over to the right side over there, you will see that I have got a nice sample size going, and we finally hit a sample size of 500 glyphs in this chart. Many months went into it to get that many done, because there's only a certain amount of glyphs that fill that parameter. For example, I can't use like a 5-star speed glyph. I can't use like a 5-star flat HP glyph. And actually, the flat glyphs don't even work really well for charting this. So mainly, if you look over there, it ends up being the like defense percent, attack percent, HP percent, speed, accuracy, and res. So now let's pop the whole chart on over so you can see exactly how it ended up grading out. And in the green, these are going to be the max rolls. In the red, these are going to be, oh, sorry, you can't really see that. Let me pop this to a different color. Okay, so in red, these are going to be the min rolls, and then I can go back to the pink here. These are going to be the mid rolls. And what we start to see kind of formulating and shaking out, and which, by the way, I have a sample size of just over about 500, I believe now. And this chart has kind of looked like this the whole way through. Like when I had 50, when I had 150, when I had 300, like this has kind of been the distribution the whole time. I'm going to keep working on this. Whenever I'm using 4-star glyphs on my account, I make sure to pop up this spreadsheet because I also need to be consistent. I have to chart every single one because there is RNG. So if I'm lazy, like let's say I'm playing Raid on the couch or something, I'm not close to my computer for the spreadsheet, and I'm playing Raid and I want to use a couple glyphs, I actually tell myself like, nope, I can't. I can only use glyphs when I'm at my computer so that I can chart these, because I have to do every single one or the data will not be accurate because of the RNG involved. You can go on horrible streaks, like right here, you can see where I had 3 min rolls in a roll, and things like that mean you have to chart every single one with no exception. So anyway, what we end up kind of seeing is with the mid rolls, this is exactly what I would have expected. So remember, we talked about the way I charted it was with 4 different outcomes, and you've got your min and your max, and then your 2 in the middle. So that means that the middle should be 50%, and it looks like that is exactly what it is grading out. But we are seeing that there is a little bit of a skew in favor of the min roll. So if I had to guess what the actual code is on like a 4-star speed glyph, for example, it would be a 50% likelihood to hit one of those 2 outcomes in the middle, and then 28% for a min roll, and then 22% for a max roll. Which would mean we have 28 for the min roll, plus 50, and then plus 22 would give us the full 100% chance distribution for the different glyphs. If I had to guess, that's kind of how I think it would shake out. Now, obviously, this is not a sample size of 10,000 or anything, and I'll let you draw your own conclusions. I'm not going to publish a peer-reviewed scientific paper claiming that I know for 1,000% certainty, but it does seem like it's trending in the direction of there being some teeth to our conspiracy theory that glyphs are a little bit more likely to roll towards the minimum side of things than the maximum side of things. And honestly, I think the glyph system has a lot of room to grow. I think they could do a lot of fun things with this. I do think faction wars and glyphs and all of that was probably a good addition to the game. There's just a few things they could try to implement and things they could do to make it a little bit more fun. Like, for example, I don't think you should be able to min roll twice in a row. Let's say you roll a speed glyph onto an item and it rolls a 1. If you roll a speed glyph on that same item again, it should not be able to roll a 1 again. Like you should be guaranteed not to min roll if you already min rolled once on an item. I think that would be a good change. And then also, just like kind of randomly brainstorming, I've talked about this before on the channel a long time ago. They could even try something like golden glyphs, where these are like rare. Only about 5% of glyphs are golden glyphs while you're farming, but golden glyphs would be guaranteed to roll the max. So you could kind of have the excitement of saving those for your absolute best pieces on your account to go ahead and slam those golden glyphs. I mean, like 6-star glyphs are rare anyway, and then getting a 6-star golden glyph, if it's only like 5% of them, would be super rare. Each account would only have like 5 to 10 of them, so it's not like it would, you know, completely ruin the game or anything. And it could be something fun for players to kind of chase and have and be a reward for like farming up faction wars and being super consistent about your daily grind and staying on that. But I guess I could maybe see a counter argument where people would argue that the arena would get even crazier because you'd have people getting max golden glyphs for speed, and then having these quad speed pieces where they just slam max glyphs and get even more insane speeds in the arena. So I guess I could listen to some pushback, or maybe not have them for speed glyphs, maybe have them for every glyph except for speed. But you get my point. There's a lot of fun things that they could do to really round out this glyph system and make it a lot more satisfying for people to participate in. But yeah, anyway, this is my kind of content. This is what I like doing on the channel. I like charting things and laying things out and really getting into the teeth of the data and seeing exactly what is happening under the hood and kind of charting this stuff out myself to see how it is actually happening in the real world and functioning in game, so that I can be as unbiased as possible. Like, I don't just want to do a video talking about, oh, I guarantee you glyphs are rigged. I want to actually take the time to chart it out and present that data to you and let you formulate your own opinion. Now, as I keep going with this, maybe over the next few months, things will start to kind of even out, and I'll have to do an update video where I'm like, wait a minute, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I needed a sample size of 1,000 or 2,000 because things are starting to kind of trend towards the middle. I'll definitely keep you in the loop, and go ahead and let me know down in the comments what you think about this. Do you think it looks pretty accurate to what you were thinking, or do you disagree with me, or would you chart it a little bit differently? I'm always open to that input as well, and I will stay on it. Every time I use a glyph, I make sure and do it on my computer, and I make sure and pull up the spreadsheet. It gets annoying after a few months, but I want it to be accurate, so I'm doing that every time, and I'll continue to do so I can keep growing the sample size to make it as accurate as possible over time. But that is going to do it for me on this one, and as always, thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Peace.